Then the garage door opens. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first Bogenrieder Variety Hour in a while. I think it's been 2 months? Maybe one. I can't remember the last time we recorded, like, an actual Bogenrieder Variety Hour. So we have a lot to talk about today. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to discuss today's topics. So, right now, we have 5 things. The first is I got a graduation present from Venkman in the mail. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna show the address on the screen for the sake of Venkman's privacy. But he sent me a graduation package. I haven't opened it yet, but I thought it was a really cool thing of Venkman to do, and I wanted to show my appreciation on screen and open it in real time so we can see my reaction. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the Square Enix presentation that went down today. Basically, E3 is not happening because of COVID, but this show, these 2 presentations that we're talking about today are essentially our substitutes. So we're going to go over Square Enix first, and then we're going to talk about Forza 5 specifically, because that's the show that came out. That's the one that I think deserves the second most attention. Then we're going to talk about the general Xbox Bethesda showcase, the general event, and then hopefully by the time Chris gets here, we'll be able to talk about Halo Infinite's campaign and multiplayer trailers and the blog post that came with it. So that's all I'll talk about. And we are going to go over the next Bogenrieder Variety Hour show, the next comic show. Because I promised we would do a comic show a while back, and I didn't get a chance to do that. And so we're going to discuss the next few episodes coming up. So let's get started with this present from Venkman. And we're going to open it over here so he can't see. Hey, Venkman, how's it going? Hello. Let me put the chat box up, because... Oh, did I lose the background? I didn't. I don't have a background. Crap. Okay. Zach. Hi, Spidey Dude Network. Hi, dude. How's it going, man? It's good to hear from you. We'll talk about it later, but right now we're gonna get through Venkman's present, and then we'll talk about, like, the Bogenrieder Variety Hour and what we're going to be talking about next session. So to begin... You actually did it, you absolute mad lad. So, for those of you who don't know, I do a segment on the satellite show called The Baking with Bogenrieder. And basically, or I used to do this while I was in college and I had my own kitchen, which was, I would bake things. Zach, I'm on a date with Gabby, but I wanted to say hi. Well, thank you very much. Tell Sarah and Gabby I said hi, alright? Thanks, man. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, whoops. I'll save those for later. But the joke was that Venkman was always going to get me a chef's hat, and he actually pulled through and did it. You absolute mad lad. So let's open this. It's probably going to fit. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. Wait, I have no idea if I'm wearing this right. Yeah. I did it. Okay. Should I wear this for the rest of the stream? I don't know. I'm not sure how it's gonna work, because I can already feel the headphones slipping off, but this is a really cool hat. We'll save what's in there for last. That just slipped out. See you on Thursday. Yeah, that sounds great, man. I can't wait, actually, because I want to talk about ASM... Is it ASM 69? No, ASM 60... I think it's just a general Spidey Dude show, because the Spidey Dude website turns 23, I believe, next this coming week, on the 17th. Oh boy, I got an upvote on Reddit. Oh boy. Oh, jeez. Okay, so as everyone on here knows, I am a big Silk fan. I am one of her most outspoken supporters, and the Marvel Legends Silk figure. God damn, Venkman, you're an absolute giga chad. And the Build-A-Figure is Marvel's Agent Venom from when he was in his Space Knight costume. So that's awesome. If I ever choose to go down this road again, or go down the road of action figure picking, I've got a big boy to. I've got a really good Build-A-Figure to wrap up. I know Greg on the Spidey Dude Discord got his Bring On the Bad Guys figure, or the Bring On the Bad Guys wave, and his Build-A-Figure was, I believe, Zemnu, who recently appeared in Mortal Hulk, one of the better arcs of the past year. That's not to say Mortal Hulk has been great, but that's what Zemnu has been most recently featured in. So, dude, I'm jealous. Yeah, this is a really good figure. I think it actually has a serious amount of articulation. Like, looking at this. Sorry, I'm trying to move this so the camera focuses. You got alternate head. I'm honestly not that aware of how good of articulation these figures have, but this is really solid building. It's a lot more durable than I remember it being from like the Target I used to work at. But I'm definitely gonna find a place for this once I get a better filming set. That's definitely going in the background. So thank you on that front. And then the last thing we have to go through, this shopping bag full of books. So let's see what we've got. Oh my god, it's So to start, we've got 3 Transformers comics. We've got I believe Transformers 24 through 26. Oh geez, this is the one where Optimus Prime kills himself in the video playing the video. Oh no. So here we go. Here's the books. So Transformers 24 through 26, like the original Marvel G1 run. I have very fond memories of this because of how absurd the idea is of Optimus Prime losing a video game and killing himself. And then a lot of ASM. So going through here, I'm not sure there's any consistency to the numbering, but the numbering is 364, 366, 367, 368, 369, 370, 371, 372, 374, and 375 of ASM, which I believe makes up the majority of Mark Bagley's earlier run on ASM. It's the countdown to his 30th anniversary, and it culminates in ASM 375. A beautiful cover by Bagley. I'm trying to remember who inked. I believe it was, yeah, it's already inked it. But this holofoil cover looks gorgeous, especially contrasting against the black ink of Bagley, against Bagley's line work. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I know. I'm being very analytical with these comics. They're essentially classic work. It's some of Bagley's, I think, most consistent. I think I've had some issue with Bagley's work post Ultimate. I've talked about it in Spy Dude Experience, but I think the main takeaway for me has been that Bagley's inker is what determines the quality of his work. And I've made a joke before that I'm not a huge fan of John Dell. I haven't been since Superior Spider-Man came out. But genuinely great work from this era. I'm hoping that Andrew Hennessy comes back to ASM with Sinister War, because that's some really good inking. And then oh lord. So we have the giant size 30th anniversary spectacular Spider-Man number 189 with the holofoil with the I'm trying to remember what it's called. I think it's not holofoil, but it's like the optical illusion cover. It's very wonderful work. I don't think they don't make anything like this anymore. So, and then the DeMatteis, our pal Sal issue, Spec 200. Absolute landmark issue. One of the must-reads of this era of Spider-Man. So, basically we've got a ton of hallmarks in this issue, and it's especially prevalent because of the ongoing plot in Amazing Spider-Man, which is Teresa Parker finding the Finisher and the Chameleon, and they're actually going into the robot parent saga. So this is particularly relevant. So, unironically, Venkman, you made my day. Wow. Geez, man, thank you so much. Oh god, Ned Beatty died. Oh no. That's horrible timing. But you are incredibly prescient and thinking forward on this. So thank you so much, Venkman. Now I can say officially that I own a bunch of incredibly important books in comic book lore, because I don't own anything outside of like paperbacks pre 9/11. So I don't know why I use that, but like the pre 2000s, I don't own anything from that era. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. This really made my day, along with the Legends figure and the chef's hat. I think I might wear this for the rest of the stream unless it starts itching. Venkman says that 90s Bagley era of ASM is one of my sweet spots. It's, I think, slept on, honestly. Like, the Robot Parents saga is a little weird in terms of story, especially because it was wrapping up around the same time as the DeMatteis stuff. But it's definitely some amazing Bagley work. But yeah, amazing gift from Venkman. And I hate to like get under sentimental, but I think since we're here, we might as well go over the changes to the Bogenrieder Variety Hour. So we might be changing the day we stream. I'm gonna take the hat off because it's starting to itch a little bit because of my recently cleaned hairline. But we might be streaming a different day. That all depends on moving parts right now. And then we're also going to make some changes to what books we're discussing. So, because of my commitments to different shows, I'll be changing how I discuss certain books. So, I will be moving my ASM commentary exclusively to Spidey Dude. So, if you want to hear what I have to say on that, you can go over there. And then I'll be talking about Silk on Satellites. You need to But Silk will be moving exclusively to Satellites. So if you want to go to the crawl space and make a donation, $5 for audio, $10 for video, you can hear my Silk commentary exclusively on there. The next issue is coming out on the 23rd of June, so you've got plenty of time to get yourself prepped for the next month's worth of episodes. So if you want to hear anything about that, you can go over there. But for the next Bogenrieder Variety Hour, where we talk about comics, and I don't know when that's going to be, because we have a Bad Batch episode coming up. I've got Paul coming on to talk about the Bad Batch, and I think the next episode is going to be on the let me check my calendar, on the 26th, because that'll be when the majority of this month's books come out that aren't ASM. So we'll be talking about Immortal Hulk number 47, Guardians number 15, X-Men number 21, Beta Ray Bill number 4, or not Beta Ray Bill number 4, Sword number 6, and Planet Size X-Men number 1. And then starting in July, we will be talking about Immortal Hulk number 48, Guardians number 16, X-Men number 1, the Jerry Dugan Pepe Larraz run, and Beta Ray Bill number 5, and Sword number 7. And then August will come out. We have a lot smaller of a list. We'll just have a more... And I do... Also, really quick, this is just my poll list. I do intend to talk about other books, not just Marvel stuff. If you'll excuse me one quick second. Right, okay. So, this came in the mail recently. It's Homesick Pilots. It's a book by Dan Waters and I believe Casper Wingard. It's basically Haunted House Mechs. I think that's really cool. I want to talk about this. I also have some other stuff that's coming down the pipeline. I'm planning on going back and doing a retrospective on Rick Remender and Sean Gordon Murphy's Tokyo Ghost. Let me check my incoming list. I'm out of breath somehow by running to my room. Oh, the Straczynski Omnibus is on I think it's the second. Yeah, it's the Garney. The Garney variant for the ASM Omnibus looks amazing. Sorry, I'm checking my incoming books. I'm planning on talking about Murder Falcon. I've definitely got the Skyward hardcover coming up. Blue and Green is something I want to talk about because I've gotten a lot of recommendations to check that out. So that's on my to-do list. I want to talk about Nick Spencer's The Fix, mostly because it hasn't finished yet. But that's on my to-do list. East of West, once I've fully read that series, I want to do a kind of retrospective on that. Did I mention Murder Falcon? I did. Transformers vs. the Terminator, an Alex Milne book. And I want to get a hold of that annual that just came out, the new IDW universe. The annual just came out. And, real quick, I want to... Wait, what the shit? They got the wrong cover. Oh god, Comixology. God damn it. Hang on. Yeah, they got the wrong cover. But this is art by Alex Milne and Josh Bourne. Yeah, it's all Alex Milne pencils. I want to talk about it because I love Alex Milne. But it's not just Marvel books. Like I said, I am trying to diversify my output. This next week, another Radiant Black issue comes out, so I plan on talking about that. But yeah, I think that's a pretty apt summary of what I've got on my docket so far. So, with that out of the way, let's get to the real reason why we are here. So, we're going to talk about first the Square Enix presentation for E3. So I'm kind of upset because they focused disproportionately on Marvel properties. So what came out today was about 35 minutes worth of Marvel IPs talking about the Avengers game, and the new Guardians of the Galaxy game. That's basically just look at us we're the movie Guardians, but somewhat different. Some new IPs apparently. The Mana series. Final Fantasy got an announcement. A couple of other Square Enix IPs got like 3 minutes of time. I gotta be honest, I'm not a big fan of what came out disproportionately. Hang on. So, what came out first was, I guess, War of Wakanda. If you can hear Hallmark movies in the background, I'm very sorry. I'm gonna see if I can keep the volume low. And hopefully we don't get copyright struck for having this footage in here. I'm turning the volume down, but from what Chris told me, visual fidelity, it looks okay. It's not as good as Insomniac Spider-Man. The Black Panther costume looks pretty good, though. As far as I can tell, though, and according to Chris, this is basically just the movie, but with Claw as the villain instead of Killmonger. Which I'm not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, there's Dr. Claw. The Black Panther design is kind of weird. I don't feel like they needed all like those weird diamonds on those diamond shapes on his crest, on the crown of his head. I think it's a weird, overly detailed version of his costume. So, like I said, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I feel like the I feel like the game has definitely improved since launch. I can't say that it has without I've played like the base game. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I heard really good things about the Hawkeye expansions with Maestro. So that goes a long way towards making me a little more confident in this game's future. It doesn't have the audience though to justify the continuation of this. I don't know. And then like all the comment sections are basically filled with people saying they miss Chadwick Boseman even though he has nothing to do with this. It's just arguing about whether Square Enix is dead. I do think they need to. I also think they need to focus on stop releasing so much shit, or stop releasing so many cosmetics. Like they've gotten to the point where they need to release the Ultimate Iron Man costume, and no one likes the Ultimate Iron Man costume. To be honest, I don't like the Ultimate Iron. I like the Ultimate Iron Man costume because it's visually distinct and it fits the Ultimate Universe, but I'm not a huge fan of it entirely, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm being too mean. So what's next on the docket? I guess we can talk about the Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy game, because it's the... By the way, it's just Claw. Dr. Claw is the Inspector Gadget villain. Yeah... I keep kind of making that visual. I keep making that lapse in my head, so that's on me. Let's see. I keep wanting to talk about Halo, but Chris isn't here yet, so I can't. Chris, get in here now. Oh no, Kelly. No, you don't have to record. Oh, I feel so bad. Oh no, I feel really bad because I didn't tell Kelly it was Bogenrieder Variety Hour. I made her panic and think it was something completely different, and now I feel kind of horrible. Let's see. Yeah, let's do the Guardians deep dive. Hang on. Oh god, it's 11 minutes worth of trailer. Jesus Christ. We might jump around on this and not do, like an entire thing about it. So Marvel. So... Okay, right off the bat, I don't like this Star-Lord. It reminds me of like this guy I knew in college. I don't like it. It's basically like not Chris Pratt. Fernando made a joke about this in the. Fernando made a joke that they went to the concept art for the show for the movie and just took Star Lord from there and put him in the and made it into a character for the game. I'm not doing audio because it's gonna demonetize. I have no idea what any of this. What is with these horrible designs? Okay, this Drax is okay. I just feel like they're. This is just the movies. Is there a good shot of Gamora somewhere around here? There's Rocket again. Okay, so here's Gamora. So I will say this. I think it's a step up, not necessarily a step up, but it's a good deviation from the movie Gamora. It's not just Zoe Saldana, but with fewer distinctive features that make her Zoe Saldana, like in terms of facial structure. But I don't like the red hair tips. It feels too like westernized. I do like the facial tattoos. That's pretty neat. So if someone draws this version of the character, they can use it as like a domino mask kind of thing. I think that's really neat. I'm not sure how I haven't seen the Groot one in full yet, but I'm assuming it's just the movie version. I have no idea what they're talking about. There's no captions. Oh wait, is there a? Okay, so it's decision making. Okay. So here's the thing about these types of games. This is like a Telltale game, and it's gonna not matter at all until the last second of the game, where it's like one decision that just does like two different endings. You got one good ending and one bad ending. That's how it's gonna be. I guarantee it. I guess you're playing from. Okay, so hang on, real quick. So here's a good look at Groot. That was Chris. So it kind of reminds me of Cyclops' 90s bandolier. I'm not sure how I feel about it on Groot. Just because there's not really a whole lot you can do with Groot aside from like some glowing lights like they did in the Bendis version. But I do like the kind of mesh netting on his shoulder. I think that's kind of a neat touch. I don't get what the deal with the beard on Rocket is. That's weird. I'm gonna turn up the volume a little so
I guess we could bust him out after. Absurd. Lady Hellbender seeks the monster within. The small, ugly one is clearly the correct choice.
Yeah, so this is just the movie Guardians in a video game. I'm a little disappointed in that, I'm gonna be honest.
He's cruel, sadistic, and his soul is filthy and filled with rage.
I vote we sell Groot. I honestly think Lady Hellbender will go for it.
Yeah, well.
So I actually think that the choice of Lady Hellbender is a really good choice for a cosmic villain. Not one that you would typically see, but I'm glad that we're getting it. So I'm gonna skip the movie shit. I think this is just the ship from the Guardians movie. God damn it. There is no what people see as like Abnett, the people consider the real Guardians, like Abnett Landing Guardians. I'm not digging Rocket's beard. Yeah, it's a weird visual choice. It doesn't add anything to his general silhouette, and it feels like they just did it to differentiate him from the Bradley Cooper Rocket. Oh, hang on, did Chris DM me? He did. Okay, so he's got like 20 minutes. So, yeah. Oh, sorry, that was on thing. So,
They say the weather patterns of Seknarf 9 are tied to the
also it's just, it feels like they're taking the movie Guardians without a lot of the charm of the actors. It feels like it feels like Bendis Guardians a lot actually, where they have like the visual cues of the Guardians, but none of the actor's charm and chemistry to make it work. It just feels like a lame knockoff. I think for me it'll come down to location design and gameplay. It kind of suffers from the same problems the Avengers game, where the Avengers kind of just copy pasted the movie version, and they took away just enough that like they could get away with making a different franchise instead of just making it tie into the movies. I kind of like this design. It kind of feels like it's hurting my trypophobia, but it actually looks pretty neat. I wish you could fly over that, but I guess it's just part of the skybox. Oh, wait, you can fly over it. I guess you just have to get closer to it. Or is it just like a quick time event? This is going to be kind of disappointing if it's just a quick time event. Oh, it's not even an event at all. There's nothing to it. I wonder if it's going to be like destructible environments and stuff, like you hit certain things and it causes different effects. I hope that's the case. Okay, that's a thing.
You know what? I survived freaking Half-World. I think I'm scared of some little...
What is that? What was that voice? What the hell?
It's not alone. Get ready.
What was that? This is just died MCU. Oh my god. This doesn't even look that good. It's... What was that? Like... Looked like an iMovie effect. Hang on.
Get ready.
What?
Get ready.
What was that?
What are these things? They are amorphous vermin.
Shoot first. Questions later.
Chop them to more.
Okay, so it feels like there's more of an emphasis on team play here, where like you can direct the Guardians to do a certain thing. I don't remember if that's a thing in the original Avengers game. That I guess it's in the same universe or something. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I haven't been paying that much attention. But it feels kind of weird.
This won't hurt much.
Smash them up, Drax! Meet your maker. Real boys and
This... Okay, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't know if I can sit through all of this. Great Value Guardians of the Galaxy. Hill Country Farm Guardians of the Galaxy, for those of you in Texas.
This is the local fauna. It's about
The voice acting is really weird. So, okay. I have a thing against E3 presentations. Yeah. Hey, Oraclefish, I just got here and this game already looks painful. Yeah, this game looks really hard to sit through. At least the Avengers game, I could give the benefit of the doubt because it was the first game in, I guess, this game the Gamerverse is what they're calling it, I think. But it feels like they learned none of their lessons here, and it feels like the dialogue is even more stilted. I could give a pass to like Kamala Khan in the Avengers game because she's like a teenager, but it feels like they ran through like the first script and they didn't evolve beyond that. Let's see.
like a signpost or something.
I'm not saying it's an error.
Wait, hang on.
Thinking maybe they are directions.
Oh, like a signpost or something.
I'm not saying.
What was that? That wasn't good. Oh my god. Are they making Star-Lord a surfer bro? I swear to god, if they are making Star-Lord a surfer bro, I am
It's an
so
arrow with the
mad.
word fortress on it, but statues suggest civilization, and the only settlement I saw when we were topside.
It's Lady Hellbender's fortress.
Dead end.
I want to see Lady Hellbender.
I am not familiar with these words. Order
Rocket is furious you let Drax throw him. What the hell?
the beast to do its job. Rocket, come on, man. Ram it.
Rocket, come on. Oh my god, he's like... Okay, so they took Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, and they made him like the most obnoxious, like, weed dude Lamau surfer bro I've ever seen. Like, it feels like I'm watching a Seth Rogen script.
Fix the bridge and we'll raise your cut by 5%.
I want 10.
Okay, deal.
Let's see, do I get to see Lady Hellbender here, or do I have to, like, wait? Oh, you level up, I guess.
Definitely in my top 10 fortresses.
What is this?
Peter?
Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, right.
So, okay, real quick, this has nothing to do with the game, but I went onto the V board on 4chan just to see what was going on there, because well, I don't know if we'll ever get to the Redfall trailer before we end the show tonight, but apparently someone on V thought that the Space Invaders symbol what made Star-Lord a member of Antifa. That's dumb and it has nothing to do with this, but I thought that, like, you know, it's like Antifa derangement syndrome, like everything is Antifa now, and I guess Star-Lord is Antifa, and I just thought it was kind of funny.
The point of even getting the Flarkin thing was looking like we mean business.
What is the... What?
Rocket. Time to
What? What was that?
put on your monster face.
I only got one face, Quill.
Are you sure about this, Peter? Look at him. You better have one hell of a sales pitch.
Maybe Gamora's right. We should try selling Groot instead.
Really?
This is an affront to democracy. I just think that we might need Rocket on the outside for this one.
Yeah, we noticed.
This isn't good.
Make that call, then you better not mess this up.
You hang tight there, bud. When the time comes, I'll get you out of there. Rocket style if I got it.
Drac,
Oh no, I can't do it because they're gonna copyright me. Oh no, that's not good. Do I get to see Lady Hellbender at least? Come on, don't. Oh crap, do I not get to see? Nope. Copyright strike. That's not gonna look good. Oh, hang on. Do we get?
Guardians of the Galaxy. How many times do I have to kill you? The audacity that you thought.
I want her to bully me. I'm just putting that out there. I want her to step on me and call me like demeaning names.
You could rob me. Dweller, feast upon them.
Oh, it's Zol the Worm God from Destiny 2. Okay. Well, that was a piece of shit. Okay. Well, that wasn't good. Okay. So, Chris, you aren't wrong. That was absolutely painful. I don't remember the last time, like, I saw an E3 presentation that bad. Let's see. Vinkman says, growing up, I had these TMNT comic book and cassettes where the characters who made it made no effort to match the voices from the 87 cartoon. Shredder had a British accent, Krang sounded like Dr. Claw, and Donatello reminded me of Joe Pesci. Okay, so let's talk about something I really did like. Forza Horizon 5. So this lasted 7 minutes in hang on, I'm turning this down. This lasted 7 minutes in about an hour and a half long presentation in a showcase. I'm not sure if I want to go to GameSpot for this or they have better coverage. They might have better graphical fidelity. Actually, let's go to the Xbox channel. Maybe they know what they're doing. Yeah, we can get this in 4K. It's not gonna translate on here, but as a fan of the Forza series, okay, so nothing's changed from Chris's end. Sorry about that. I'm just checking my messages. Oh, they're just posting stupid shit. Okay. but for the sake of my personal enjoyment, I'm putting it up to 4K. As a fan of the Horizon series, I think I have that right. So let's get started. So for those of you who don't know, Forza Horizon is basically like, if you've ever played the Burnout games, it's like that, but they take place in this fictional environment called the Horizon Festival, and one of the things that they do is like they change location every game. So I believe 3 was in Australia, 4 was in Great Britain, which and that was the first game they introduced dynamic season changes. I don't know what their gimmick is this time in terms of gameplay, but the location is Mexico, and it looks absolutely gorgeous from what I saw.
Hello, Mike Brown.
Okay, skip. Okay.
This is the largest and most diverse open world ever.
So this looks amazing. The fidelity on the sand and the car renders. This is one of the things that Forza has always done really, really well, has been the car renders. I haven't seen a lot of these cars in person. I go to a couple of auto shows every now and then, but this is generally really great stuff. I really enjoyed Forza Horizon 4's renders. I'm a little upset that like they didn't have, I think, Toyota models on launch, but I think they added them after they got the licensing back. It's either them or Mitsubishi. But
AMG Project 1 Forza Edition. Rendered in unparalleled
okay, hang on.
ray tracing in Forza Vista.
I'm skipping this because it's just like them talking to each other about.
Rainforest on an expedition. This is a new campaign mode in which you set out on an adventurous.
So I don't know how so I'm gonna be honest. They mentioned a campaign, and I don't know how I feel about that. Mainly because I'm gonna move my camera here so that whenever I talk, you guys can. Oh jeez, they're talking in the background again. So whenever I look over here, you guys can see me. So hopefully that actually works out better. But I don't know how I feel about Forza having a campaign mode, because one of Horizon's strengths is that it's basically like open world completely, and you can do basically whatever you want. You can basically just drive around wherever you feel like driving. If you see something you want to do in the story, you have that capability. So I'm not sure how I feel about this.
To explore new locations and discover places for the festival to expand.
I'm on the river now. We're getting close.
There you are. How's the expedition going?
I'm racing a car through the Mexican jungle, Rami. Doesn't get much better than this.
Okay, so this is the other thing I have a problem with, is forced E3 demo dialogue. Going back as far as Anthem, probably even further, going like to Halo 5 multiplayer, E3 demos have never been particularly great about the dialogue in their demos. It's usually much better in the final product, but this is maybe some of the worst out of something I've actually enjoyed looking at. I'm racing a car through the Mexican jungle, Rami. It doesn't get better than this. So I think it is cool that possibly, I hope they include this, like the idea of like avoiding wildlife. That was something that they kind of teased in Horizon 4, but they never really got around to doing. So hopefully that changes in this iteration.
That's a peek at
Oh, nope, I don't like you. We're skipping.
the Xbox
Here we go.
Series consoles allow us to capture every last detail, right down to the individual needles on these cholla cactus.
This is where I think the Forza games really shine as their detail in both the car renders and nature. I think they mentioned later on that they do like some kind of like actual mapping of the environment, and I think they scan it in real time so that they have an actual living iteration of it to play on loop and change with the dynamic weather system, which I think is actually a really neat use of the Forza engine. I don't know if that's what it's called, but like whatever engine they use to run this game.
This is in-game. Maddie is behind the wheel of the AMG Project 1 Forza Edition in Mexico's lush living desert.
I do think one of the major problems that Forza has is that it kind of has to continually outdo itself. And so I'm hoping like it's not just like they introduce a new gimmick this time.
And it looks like Maddie has been joined by some other members of the Forza team.
And to be honest, nope, you're boring. We're skipping. I do wonder how much of this is demo because of how well choreographed all of this is, or if because whenever I go into Forza Horizon 4 on Xbox One, it's kind of barren in terms of population. Like there's every so often there's a person I drive by, but it's mostly just like Forza avatars.
The move exploring this idyllic seaside town. This is a recreation of Mexico that is honest, authentic, and filled with love.
Oh, that's a bad. That's never good. When someone says it's authentic, that's never good.
Oh hey, what's up? This is a mural by Mexican artist.
So I'm wondering if there's like an extra camera mode, like you can detach yourself from the car's point of view and then look at the scenery and then cut back to the car. And that's kind of weird to me because, you know, I think the point of Horizon has always been like the cars driving through the scenery. It's never been one or the other. But it feels like this particular iteration of the game is focusing specifically on... Nope, not you. It feels like this game specifically is focusing on the scenery above all else, above the cars, rather than it sharing equal screen fidelity, which is weird, but I guess it works. I do think something to point out is that I think the height accomplishment is a lot more of a tech demo deal rather than a big deal for the player, because people might not really care about that, but I think on a technical level for them to accomplish this is a pretty big deal. I'm not sure if it's really important to the average person who's buying this game, but I'm sure it's very impressive for the people at Playground. Good for them, genuinely. I think that that's good for them that they've managed to accomplish this level of graphical and technical fidelity. What's with him always saying diverse? I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, it's always SJWs and shit, but like, I don't think he knows what diverse means. Like, he talks about diverse biomes, and like, there's a lot of different locales, but like, I wouldn't say they're very diverse. I love this shot, by the way. It's gorgeous. Real Mexican skies. What the hell does that mean? What the fuck? I'm messaging Chris when... Sorry, I'm messaging Chris real quick, seeing what he's... It's been like 20 minutes since he messaged me. But Mexican sky feels really weird. I get what they're saying there. That, like, it's part of the locale. Like, the skyline is part of the locale. I don't know how I feel about this part, though. Like, this part right here, the Forza link. That feels like a real... Also, he's saying Forza, not Forza, and it's kind of weird. But, oh well. But, I don't know how I feel about Forza Link, because, like, it feels like they're building this for a PC experience. That said, that train going by there, I think that's really cool, and I'm hoping they do more of that to create a more living environment. That goes a long way towards making me feel like the world is moving around me as well as me moving around the world. I don't care. The God Rays are actually really good in this game. I'm wondering if they're going to bring back the dynamic seasons in this game. Oh. That's actually pretty neat. I don't know how much of how that works, but I think that
together.
what the fuck
Game is called Pinata Pop,
Pin.
signaled by the Horizon cargo plane dropping a payload of pinatas.
Ooh, over this way. Gotta catch up to you guys.
What the fuck?
Our players now have to work together to
What the fuck? I'm not sure if that's racist or not. Like, just because they're in, like, Mexico, they have to hit piñata. Oh, yes, the well-known Mexican pastime of running over piñatas. What the fuck?
Sweet.
while the team grab
I don't know how I feel about this. I don't. That's weird. That's, like, really fucking weird. And I don't know how to feel about this.
one more thing to show you.
One more thing.
This
Do we want to bring Paul in so we can do a
incredible
one more thing kind of deal?
you to create your own races, game modes,
So this actually feels like it could be really fun. I
customize everything.
don't know the details of this, or like whether I hope comes on Steam. I know it's advertised as coming on to Xbox Series X and I think Windows 10, but I wish they would adapt more games to get onto Steam at launch. So, okay, Chris is on. So, hang on, are you there?
Hello.
Hey, it's Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hi. Are you live right now?
Yeah, we've been live for about 50 minutes, so I guess this is a good thing to close out on the Halo stream.
Hello, stop.
Yeah, hang on.
You talked about everything else. How Square is like, hey, Marvel.
So real quick, I want to talk about the campaign reveal first because I think that's the best thing about this, like the most agreed upon good thing. So I'm gonna send you the link real quick, but I'm gonna be putting it in full screen so that sorry, I'm kind of multitasking right now, but I'm gonna send you the link to to the one I'm watching on IGN, and then we're gonna.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna skip the bit from Joseph Staten, the one before the one before the. Also, I think it's really good that they got him back in. This off topic. So
yeah, I agree. I haven't seen him on anything Halo related like
since
for ages.
ODST.
Yeah.
So to start off, I'm not sure how this works. Like this base thing. It kind of reminds me of the Division 2, where you have like all those control points scattered across Washington D.C. But I'm not sure of how I'm not sure how this particular bit works. Like they've mentioned like it's open world, but I'm wondering like how open world operates when multiplayer is like a completely different beast.
Yeah.
Is this co-op? There's co-op in this game, right? Also down.
Campaign?
Yeah.
I would think so.
So I'm wondering like how separate multiplayer is. Like if you can just access the like the general PvP mode, or if like you have to have if only one person has to or if you have to have like one person having the campaign and everyone and your friends can just join you in co-op, or if you all have to have.
I feel like it could be like I don't know that because here's the difference. Because I'm guessing you've heard of It Takes Two, that game.
Yeah, that one that was announced. Not last year, but was it announced last year at E3?
Oh yeah, it's out. It's been out for a while now.
Oh,
But,
it just didn't it come out in like March?
Yeah, I think like March, April. But the whole thing with that game is that only one person needs to own it for two people to play.
Okay.
Like, you don't both have to own the game. Only one person has.
Well, I know they have split screen in this game.
Yeah. So I don't know if it'll be the same with here because I mean, Halo is going to be much bigger and much more powerful than It Takes Two.
Because
So
what I'm wondering is like how much multiplayer or co-op will factor into the open world nature, because it's not like the Division 2 where there's like multiple Division agents running around and fighting the hyenas and Black Tusk.
Yeah.
there's only one Master Chief, and it would kind of break the immersion if there's like it kind of already breaks the immersion when there's more than one of you, but like you can blow it off as just saying, oh, it's with your friends and shit. But like if it's open world and you have like all these Master Chiefs running around, it's really fucking weird.
I assume it's gonna be something like it'd probably be like Halo, something to do with like Halo 5. Like it would probably be a different character, not Master Chief.
Probably like what they did with Halo 3 with the Arbiter and the other ones.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But anyways, the visual fidelity on the visuals on the new version look great. Like they definitely took the time. They definitely used that year of extra dev time they had to the fullest.
Yeah.
Honestly, Venkman, I'm not like hugely worried about. I'm pausing it real quick. I'm not really worried about copyright. I'm just gonna probably export it over to YouTube and call it a Bogenrieder Variety Hour episode, and then delete it off of Twitch. So, oh well. But this part looks great, like the Master.
DMCA.
Yeah. You got. Oh, broski, you just got DMCA'd.
You just posted copyright material.
That's cringe.
That's cringe.
Okay, I gotta say, this render of the Master Chief's armor looks gorgeous. They definitely took the time to.
Thank God they decided not to continue with the Halo 4, Halo 5 armor because
yeah.
fucking idiots.
This looks amazing. And like the little
like you had like the best design, which is like 3. Like nice and simple.
I think
make it uglier.
I think this is like the best design that they've ever had for Master Chief. Like I know Halo 2 and 3, the Mark 6 is iconic, but this is like a wonderfully streamlined but more detailed.
This is probably going to be my new favorite design.
Also, I think that this cutscene is a very good visual storytelling for Chief, where he gently moves that Marine and like kind of slowly hesitates before he takes the assault rifle. Very good visual storytelling.
Yeah.
So real quick, I'm not sure where this. I think it's Chief. He jumped out of the Pelican, but he's going to like board a banished carrier or something because he jumps through like a red ray shield.
Yeah, probably.
Also, I can't believe we're back to the Cortana storyline.
Yeah. I know we'll talk about it once that scene happens, but I don't know. I have stuff to say about the whole Cortana storyline.
Yeah, we're just about here, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I call Smoltana. That's what we're calling her now. That's gonna be the name of the episode too, Smoltana.
I'm okay with the design.
Yeah, like I like the voice too. I think it's Jen Taylor who does the voice for this character, right?
Yeah, it sounds like Jen Taylor, but at the same time it doesn't. It's like there's something different.
I think it's like she's doing like a younger, more immature voice, which I think works for Smoltana.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like, okay, this is Jen Taylor, but not like.
If they got Jen Taylor, she does a really good job of like switching between different voices for Cortana and Dr. Halsey. So this might just be her flexing her voice acting muscles.
Probably, yeah. But I'm okay with the design.
It's
not supposed to be Cortana.
Yeah, like Skull was in the Discord server saying like, I miss her boobies, and I'm like, well, this isn't Cortana though. This is like Cortana 2.
This is supposed to be a UNSC version of it, not fucking.
Not Halsey's war crime experiment. Well, which one? Which Halsey war crime experiment? Because she's got like 7 of those.
Yeah.
But
they kind of just forgot all of them after.
Because one of the plot points of Halo 4 and 5 was that Cortana was unique among AI because she was created without like the UNSC supervision. So she has like all this weird stuff built into her that normal AIs wouldn't. So I think this is like
plus the Forerunner tech and all that.
Yeah, I think this is supposed to be like a Cortana clone created under UNSC supervision, like because Halsey's on the.
Cortana would have been if Halsey followed regulations.
If Halsey wasn't hellbent on violating Geneva Conventions every 2 minutes. Also, the detailing on his armor is fantastic. We mentioned that earlier, but like now that we have like an up close shot of it that's not in motion,
Yeah, you see like the scorch marks, the dents, like the color.
the little divots from like shrapnel. It's wonderful visual storytelling.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think it'll show that throughout the entirety of the game, but that would be a great detail.
Yeah, like
throughout
if we get
every cutscene at the end of the level, like his armor is slightly different because of like the
yeah,
terrain that
because like it, I think it would be interesting if like at the beginning of the game where Brohammer picks him up, he's got like his armor is clean and untouched generally.
Yeah.
But like as you go further and further in, his armor gets more and more beat up. I think that would be a very good, not character development, but like very good storytelling.
Yeah.
She's really cute. I'm just putting that out there. We'll show more of it like in the dialogue, but like the weird awkward pauses and like the immaturity of her, like right there, that okay then, and then she goes, oh, still here. Like that little giggle I think goes a long way towards showing that she's, yeah, like that's really good way to show that this isn't Cortana, like, because Cortana's like sharp and witty and kind of like Halsey in a nutshell, but this is new and untested. And it's sort of like Isabel from Halo Wars 2. I joked in the server that this was basically like Isabel and Cortana's love child.
We need to find out why.
But this wasn't the mission.
The missions change. They always do.
Also, I noticed this earlier, but they brought Master Chief back to kind of like his Bungie kind of characterization, where like he doesn't have a whole lot of like he has enough to give him a defined personality.
He's static. He's a static character.
But he's back to delivering like action one-liners. Like when Brohammer asks, like, you have one bullet against an entire army, what chance do you have against yourself? And he goes, I told you, that's enough. And like I thought that was a really good one, like a really good action hero line. Like this is really good Chief writing, because he's a very static character, and like his entire thing is just to shoot aliens and say one-liners. In a way, he is the Marvel movie character.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna piss someone off. I'm gonna piss someone off with that comparison. Also, I love what's the song from Cortana when Chief is in High Charity with her.
Oh.
That
I can't remember.
You know which one I'm talking about though, right? With the heavy emphasis on the piano.
Yeah.
This reminded me very much of that cutscene.
So, what do you mean? You mean Halo 2?
Halo 3 High Charity when he finds her in the wreck. Yeah. But like the two of us in Here Remember line. The one where he finds her and like he's like, you know me, when I make a promise I keep it.
Yeah, that one. I should know the name of it.
I'm gonna go on Spotify real quick and check it out. Hang on.
Well, it says here for Cortana, there's 2 tracks. There's No More Dead Heroes and Keep What You Steal.
I think it's Keep What You Steal. Hang on.
I can listen to it. I'll listen to it quickly. Keep What You Steal.
It's gonna be at the end. But I think that like these.
Yeah, you're right. It is. It's Keep What You Steal.
Yeah, it's these returns to these music and visual cues that I think makes Halo Infinite storytelling really solid, or at least what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Like it's not like Rogue One where it like goes out of its way to shove fan service in your face, but it kind of relies on your knowledge of Halo's dialogue and visuals to bring you back to that pre ODST kind of feeling of being like a kick-ass action hero. It's very good stuff. Also, the I didn't bring this up in earlier, but like the transitions from cutscene to gameplay are phenomenal. They're very smooth, and I think very little in the way of like lost. Okay, I'm sorry if you can hear the dogs.
That's right. Yeah.
Real quick, I'm gonna move over to the gameplay trailer. the multiplayer one. We'll talk a bit. I think we have a bit more to say about that one, but I think that was a very good way of.
Yeah.
I think-
Before that, going into like what is brought up in the campaign trailer, I'm worried that it's going to be like Halo 5, and I'm going to have to do expanded lore research with what Cortana says about original Cortana.
I think this was the one that they found in Shadows of Reach, the AI they found in Castle Base.
Okay.
I actually think you could go into this without a whole lot of knowledge about what this is. Like you can make like the kind of
that's what I want in what 343
seems to be
do
giving
with-
us. So, but
Well, but what they didn't do with the with Halo 5,
where
Halo
they
5 is
yeah,
just
where they
like,
tried to make everything
read,
like
read this comic.
like they tried to do like a
watch
whole
this
like
TV
Halo
show.
like a Halo cinematic universe out of a
Yeah,
fucking
you had to
video
do-
game.
You had to do so much homework to understand like not even
Where
just,
where
just
how
the
did Buck
story.
become a Spartan? Who's Vale? Who's Tanaka?
Yeah.
Actually, there are a
Why
few
is-
things.
why is-
What?
Why is Halsey like asking for help now, even though at the end of Spartanops she was against the UNSC? Why are the Prometheans attacking the Covenant? Weren't they friends?
There
Weren't
there
they
are,
allied?
there are some things I think you can kind of infer, like in this game, like with not Cortana. With Smoltana, you can kind of make a couple of inferences about where she came from. But I think that this game is relying much less on like the expanded universe stuff, and I think that's much better than like Halo 5's marketing was, where like you had to like go out of your way to
I don't
buy
wanna do-
more products.
Yeah, I don't want to do extra homework. Just
It's better
just
to
understand.
like if they kind of explain Smoltana without having to read Shadows of Reach, I'll feel a lot more rewarded for having read Shadows of Reach, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So, anyways, did I send you a link to the multiplayer trailer, or are you watching on the
I've got,
stream?
I've got your stream up anyway, so I can
Okay,
see it.
so they mentioned in the blog post like this thing called the Academy, which is like I guess kind of like a training ground. I think that's a very good way to kind of ease people into the multiplayer.
I mean, that's how the multiplayer is, the scenario of multiplayer has always existed.
Well, yeah,
Halo.
but like
just,
it's more of like
simulation.
but I'm talking about more like a PvE version where you can play against bots to kind of get your feet wet, and then you can jump into the multiplayer
Oh, okay.
to. It's called like the Academy, where like you can play against like difficulty, where you can like control the difficulty of like AI bots and against non-static AI.
Oh, okay, that's actually interesting. So yeah, you can have the choice of you can do PvE or PvP.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good way to like introduce people to the basics of Halo multiplayer, show them like how weapon spawn points work, get them.
Considering the additions, the new additions to the game, they're kind of gonna have to.
Yeah, even if I might do it just for like I'm not sure if there's like some lore built in here with like this lady, the commander lady. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can right there. Hang on, sorry, I'm jumping back and forth.
The
This
one in the armor, yeah.
the black lady that people on V are getting mad about, not the other one from Redfall, but this one. But I do like the new. I guess this is the new Spartan, not tech suit design.
Armor.
Them out of their armor.
I'm looking at it closely. One of her legs is a replacement.
Yeah, it's a.
Because
Oh
the
yeah,
armor-
this prosthetic right here, the leg.
It's a prosthetic.
That's a neat touch,
So,
actually.
yeah.
I wonder if
I just noticed near the knee guards, like around there, like it's completely different to the one on the right. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's-
it's a prosthetic.
I'm wondering if like you can do that in like they mentioned like there's gonna be like a really like a reach tier customization. I'm wondering if this is gonna be like an option or if this is just like
Hopefully better than Reach Tier, because the early prosthetic one was just Cat's arm, but for different armor.
yeah. So, okay, Venkman asks why they're getting mad as fuck about her because she's black and a woman. This is V.
It's SJ propaganda.
No, like they're actually saying like don't go on V right now because they're complaining about the black woman from the Redfall trailer, and it's not even like any like thing about the game. Like she's the least offensive element of that game. The problem with that game is that there's no clear direction for the story. She's like the least worrying element of that game. And then they felt no reason, but they just decided to start saying the N-word on there. So that's great. So this is the new soldier armor. That looks great.
Yeah.
I also, I guess,
At least the helmet, I think.
camo coat. I'm not sure how I feel about coding yet. I need to see how that's implemented. Also, the new Ghost Chopper's back. Chopper looks great.
The chopper.
I'm
Yes.
not sure how I feel about the Wasp. I get why they included it because they need like a single person aerial vehicle that's not the Banshee.
You need the equivalent. You need the equivalent of the Hornet or the Falcon.
Yeah,
Well,
like Chris
they
Reagan.
did have-
Chris Reagan was talking about this in his stream, but like, you have the Banshee, right? So
Yeah.
you've already got the single person vehicle covered, and the Warthog is meant to inspire team play, which is incredibly important in an online scenario. So
Yeah. I think they just wanted a human equivalent.
yeah,
That seems like, you know, humanity versus the Covenant. Yeah.
but regardless, I think the banished vehicles look great. So we got some more armor designs. They look good. I remember in the blog post they were talking about like fair weapon loadout starts. So I think it's gonna be like no loadouts. It's gonna be like the same weapons with every person when the game starts, which is great.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but it makes it a even playing field, even if you're like experienced.
Yeah, that's what they actually brought that up
Actually,
in.
yeah. Looking at the one in the orange, it also has a prosthetic leg.
Okay, so we might. Awesome.
Yeah.
The,
And I'm noticing on the one on the left that's isn't that the JFO shoulder piece from Reach?
hang on, let me go back. Hang on, is oh, Carter's helmet, Soldier Mark 7 CQB.
Yeah, the one on the left, the steel and red.
I
The
think
shoulder
that
piece, I think.
I
JFO.
think that's either JFO or military police.
It's not. No, military police didn't have a shoulder piece in Reach.
Okay.
I'll have a look. Halo Reach JFO. Oh no, it's not JFO. It is from Reach. I can't remember the name of it.
No, yeah, they're definitely taking a lot of cues from Reach in terms of customization, which is great because Reach's customization was some of the best we've ever had.
Reach has the best of like the customization.
I'm not sure how like the marksman meant to be like the replacement for the DMR. I guess, but it's like
I guess so. Yeah.
it looks like it feels like a full auto DMR because like if we'll go a bit further in.
Oh, jump jet. That's what it's called.
Oh, I'm not sure how.
It's the jump jet.
Okay, so here we go. Here's the commando rifle. It's basically a full auto DMR, which I'm fine with, but it just feels like, are we not gonna get like a bullpup DMR? So for some reason people are getting like upset about this, like a pulse, like a grenade that does like Promethean vision, or like remember the sonar blade from Titanfall 2?
No, but I do remember the Promethean vision. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But people are complaining about that. I don't know why. It doesn't feel that out of place to me.
Had an armor. We literally had like Promethean vision was an armor ability that did that. What's the difference?
It's equipment this time, so it's like one use, I think. But this feels like a genuine return to form. So this also apparently got some people upset. Like there's an ability called deflect, which like deflects projectiles back at someone, and so like this guy's gonna use like a plasma shot. I'm wondering how much abilities will appear in spawn points. That might change how I feel about them, the equipment.
Yeah.
Like if they
This is chaotic. This is chaotic already, and we haven't even seen them use the graphic yet.
No, we saw them use it with the sniper rifle.
Oh,
when he does like that trick shot.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I am wondering how much of this is just like hype trailer editing, like what they do what they do with Destiny.
Probably, yeah. So why people complaining about deflecting like just plasma shots or whatever, like armor lock. We've had armor lock for how long?
And also, apparently, you can customize your AI, which I think is actually kind of cool on an aesthetic level. But I'm not sure how it'll work on a gameplay level. But like the idea of having like a customizable voice in your head seems kind of neat.
So it's kind of like the Firefight voice, but an actual character.
Yeah, a character separate from yours. Like you can customize your character as well as the AI, which I think is neat. I'm not sure how it'll work. Is this a banished rocket launcher?
I don't know.
It's got like an anti-tank shell in there.
but then like a fucking bayonet attached to it. It's like, well, I used the ammo, better start stabbing.
So, okay, going off of like that quick clip right there,
I think it's a banished weapon.
I think it's like a I think it's less of a rocket launcher, more of an anti. What?
Yeah, going from the UI, like when they were aiming, it looks like a banished weapon because it had like the red and everything.
Yeah, I think it's like a armor piercing round rather than an explosive round like a rocket launcher. This feels more like a high velocity armor anti-tank round rather than a explosive.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how I feel about what's coming up next. Like he's gonna jump on and hijack the guy out of the wasp. I'm wondering if that's gonna be like you have to do two separate things. Like you have to grappling hook him, and then you have to do like you have to press X to hijack, or if like it's gonna
hopefully because I feel like grappling hook is gonna break a lot of games, break a lot of the
yeah, especially in terms of like mobility on like the larger maps. Like the range on that thing's gonna be if depending on how far that thing can shoot in terms of range, that could break most mobility, like most bigger maps, and especially in big team battle. Also,
not only can you grapple weapons to you, so you can just take the best weapon from someone right in front of them, but you can also now grapple to vehicles and hijack.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's two separate things and not just
hopefully
like...
it is two separate things. Yeah, it's not like insta grapple means insta hijack. Hopefully it is like you have to separately do the hijack input.
That said, also God rays look pretty good in here. Also, I'm kind of glad that they announced this in the blog post with big team battles coming at launch, so that's good. Like Halo 5 didn't launch. Halo 5 didn't launch with big team battle, so at least they got one thing better.
That was weird, yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about this. I honestly do think most of this is just like slick editing to make it look more dynamic than it actually is. I hope it is. Yeah. Chopper looks phenomenal. So this is weird, like the ordnance drop. I'm not sure how I feel about this because I'm wondering if it's gonna be like the kill streak system from Halo 4 and like Call of Duty games where you can get like a UAV or like you can call in a weapon drop, or if this is just the new in-universe way of them dropping in supplies, like instead of just like it's spawning out of thin air.
I was just about to say, like, is this the in-universe explanation of auto-respawning destroyed vehicles like after a set amount of time?
Yeah.
If it is, I'm fine with that. Like,
and if they do the like kill streak, I won't like hate it. I will wait to judge it based on the environment it spawns in and what can be spawned.
Yeah.
Because a kill streak system isn't inherently bad, but the Halo 4 system was horribly optimized for the game modes it was used in.
Yeah.
So they mentioned this in the blog post as well. I feel like I keep referring to the blog post.
Well, that has more detail than the actual like.
Yeah, this is meant to be like
That's what people need to actually look into.
This is meant to be like slick editing for hype rather than like anything really informative.
Look, pretty colors, they're doing things.
But like you know how in Destiny they have like the red outlines for enemies and like blue for like allies. So they're implementing something similar where like you can use any color code you want. Like, because in Halo it's traditionally like red and blue armor for multiplayer, but they're getting rid of that and they're letting you use whatever color you want, and instead it's gonna be like red and blue like HUD outlines. Like your HUD will light up someone red if they're a foe or blue if they're a friend, which I think is good for customization. I think we'll need to see like if there's a beta coming out soon whether or not that actually works in practice.
Yeah, because I feel like the lighting on maps could mess with the outline, so you could probably not see it.
Yeah. So I don't know what
if it is just like okay, this is red versus blue, but green versus gray. Like I think that's gonna be easy to tell. Okay, I'm on green team. Everyone on green team is green, and my allies. So
Yeah, I think this is good for people who want to be rewarded for their customization, so they can like do essentially like Spartan fashion show, which is good.
yeah,
I'm just wondering how much this will impact the multiplayer sandbox and how it'll
yeah,
impact gameplay. Because I like this idea in theory. It's something that Destiny does really well in terms of designating opponents, but I'm just trying to figure out if it'll work in the Halo sandbox rather than the Destiny sandbox. I guess this is oddball.
probably yeah. Skull looks. They decided the skull needs to be like to scale. I think.
This
'Cause it
samurai
looks
this samurai armor looks really cool.
Oh yeah, that looks fucking like badass. I want it. That's the first one I'm gonna be.
It's
And it looks like, and like the little combat knife looks like one of the small like
the
samurai.
Hayabusa, like a smaller version of the Hayabusa samurai.
There is an actual name for those types of blades for like samurai.
It was
'cause
the
there-
katana,
there's
right?
like yeah, because there's the katana and then there's also two other weapons. Like you have the katana for the main one, and then one that's smaller, and then one that's like really small. I think that's that one.
So here's a
And it looks like the combat knife could just be customized, at least for the armor, to anywhere. It's not
yeah.
just
I
the
think it's
standard-
just I think it's
on the-
just
it's on
cos.
the-
I think it's just cosmetic. They made a point that like armor pieces won't have any impact on gameplay.
Oh no, I mean like positioning on armor, because usually like the combat knife, they always like stick it to like it's either the shoulder.
Oh yeah,
or
like they
the
have a fixed position.
this
Like
piece.
you have to have it like
Yeah.
where Emil had it in Reach or somewhere, or like where or, in
Yeah.
the, or like on
Well,
the
even
Hell
if,
Jumper
even,
armor.
even Emil, if you had the Emil armor, you end up like having both of them, don't you?
I think
Like
you
the
can. I
one
think
on-
you can
have the
choose
on the
one.
chest, and then the one on the shoulder. Even though the one on the shoulder you don't actually technically use, it's just aesthetic.
So this is kind of weird. I like that they're playing with the physics in the slip space engine, but I'm not sure how to feel about it because it could really end up fucking breaking a lot of people's.
Oh, so you could. Oh, so
Experience.
if you miss the positioning, you could fuck up and accidentally send a weapon out of the map.
Oh yeah, like I said, I feel like this is mainly just like hype for the trailer rather than like something you
And also
actually
show-
want
and
to
also-
do.
Yeah, hype and also show what like new stuff you can now kind of.
Yeah, like I think they're showing off the physics in the engine. Like it's sort of like what they did in Forza Horizon 5's trailer. It was mostly like a tech demo rather than like actually showing off the gameplay really. But I feel like
Yeah.
this could go a long way towards you could probably do some like cool stuff in like not esports but like in like clips that you record on that you get your Xbox to record.
Oh yeah, we're bringing back MLG. Fucking.
Get me my
The
I,
fucking,
I
like,
accidentally
the
grenade.
quick editing. Like every gunshot is like.
Yeah, you have like an
the
air
sound
horn.
is,
You
like,
have an air horn in the background.
they have like fucking RGB like lights flashing everywhere.
Yeah, you've got the guy going wow, and then a bunch of weed and Dorito, a bunch of weed and Dorito Mountain Dew images.
Dorito, Snoop Dogg doing the hand wave thing.
Oh yeah,
and
I feel like this is yeah we're bringing
Face
back
Clan is
MLG.
FaZe Clan is getting relevant again.
So I liked what we saw.
Yeah, definitely.
I do think I'm hoping
See.
because tomorrow
Oh, we got Emil's helmet.
Carter's
Scout-
helmet.
Jun's scout helmet. Yeah.
Mark 7. I do hope tomorrow because tomorrow is the multiplayer demo, and I'm not gonna.
Shit. Oh fuck. Yeah, I'm busy tomorrow. Fuck.
I'm not gonna do another Bogenrieder variety hour. This just happened to be a day where I could do a bunch of E3 hype time shit. But I'm hoping tomorrow this expands on what you can actually do in the multiplayer rather than just like blowing ass
Yeah.
and like pretend and doing a bunch of like highly choreographed stunt work because that was what this trailer was. It was just meant to kind of show off what the software can do rather than like rather than things that a traditional PvP match would have. Like I think the Halo 5 Warzone video is kind of what we should be expecting for a better demo of how you should actually play the game rather than just like, whoa bro, check out that no scope.
Holy shit, he deflected a plasma shot. Epic.
But this definitely looks fun. Even if I don't buy the campaign, I'll definitely check out the multiplayer. And okay, so I want to bring this up because someone's gonna get upset about it. But hang on. Okay, I'm going to the Halo Waypoint blog where they talk about it. They bring up the fact that you can buy armor pieces, but they made a point of saying like there won't be loot boxes, which I'm glad about. Like it's
fucking Christ.
like you can apparently buy like individual pieces of armor with real life money, I think.
Okay, so it's optional cosmetics.
Yeah, and
So
like
similar to what was it Overwatch or
I think so.
Fortnite? Like it's just cosmetics. It doesn't actually like change the game. It doesn't give you like a one up on like everyone.
And it's not RNG, which is why I'm fine with things like Fortnite with like the obnoxious V-Bucks shit. Because you can choose what you want and not like do a loot box, which is one of the problems that Halo 5 had, where it was like it was relying entirely upon the rec system, and like it and depending on how versatile the armor customization is, if this is like reach tier customization and beyond, if you can buy like individual armor pieces for like $1 each, that's a really good way to incentivize. Like if you really want this specific component, I think that's I'm not a huge fan of monetization in general of customization, but this is probably one of the less toxic ways to get them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad we got to do. So I'm gonna end the stream now, but I'm glad we got to do like a Halo stream, like a stream talking about all of this stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. Oracle Fish. Monetizing cosmetics allows for future development without buying DLC, which is true. As I said, I do think some companies are very predatory regarding this shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. That's right.
Yeah, it sounded like you had a really rough cough there. Damn, man. But okay, so let's see. Here's some other stuff. The Great Journey So Far, which is available today, which is from Joseph Staten. 343 Industries Halo Infinite multiplayer reviews tomorrow. The Halo Infinite Mark 7 Spartan cosplay guide. I don't give a shit about that. Canon like a lore article, and then Insight. So the monthly blog that they did back in April is coming back, which is good.
Okay, yep.
But I think this is looking really good. I know people are kind of weird about Smoltana, and I kind of get it, because people assume it's Cortana, but it's not. Please use your eye holes and your eardrums. But I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah.
So thanks for coming on, and thank you everyone. We had like 4 or 5 people on tonight, so that's great. Including you, but you know, I don't think anyone's really complaining on a technicality. But anyways, thanks for coming on, everyone, and have a good night.